Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you my top 3 techniques to isolating your subject when shooting both photos and videos. Isolating your subject is important when you want to keep the attention of your viewers on what you originally intended. And we drove all the way out to an abandoned water park to show you these tips, so pay attention. Now, a subject could be a person, place, or thing. Today, our subject is going to be our lovely model, Joanna. So let's get started. Technique number 1, use a longer focal length. Right here I have a telephoto, and right here I have a wide-angle lens. I'm going to take a couple photos with both so I can show you the difference. Trying that out, just shot with the telephoto. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this wide angle. This is a 15-30 f2.8. We're going to get some photos at f4. Take a look at these shots side by side. Notice how the shots done from the telephoto lens make the background look much more out of focus when compared to the wide-angle lens. Having the background out of focus makes your subject stand out a lot more. Technique number 2, use a wide aperture. On my 70-200, the widest aperture is f2.8, so I'm going to be showing you a comparison between f2.8 and f8. So, first off, f2.8, my shutter is going to be at 250, my ISO is at 250. Now we're going to go to f8. I have to roll my ISO up to 1250, and alrighty, otra vez. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yes. Sick. Sweet. Let's look at the difference. Now on this side-by-side comparison, notice how much more out of focus the side of the building is on the f2.8 shot over the f8 shot. It's a lot easier to focus on our subject when the background is out of focus. Technique number 3, move your subject away from the background. Moving your subject away from the background is a great way to isolate your subject because it knocks the background out of focus. We're going to take 3 photos to show you the difference. Our first photo is going to be shot with our subject right up on the background. Now, even though I'm using f2.8, notice how there's little separation between our subject and our background. Now let's move our subject 5 feet from the background and see if we can see a difference. Compared to our first shot, the background is now slightly out of focus. Now let's take it a step further and move our subject another 10 feet back away from the background. 10 feet back this way. Boom, 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 boom. So for this third example, our subject is now about 20 feet away from the background. Now compare this shot to the first 2. Notice how the background's even more out of focus. Now to illustrate this point even more, we're going to go to the edge of the room and take another photo. So now our subject is about 40 feet from the background. And keep in mind, I've been keeping my same distance from the subject this entire time. Now as we can see from these 4 examples, the further we move our subject away from the background, the more isolated our subject becomes. Alright everyone, that wraps up our 3 techniques on isolating your subject. Oh guys, it's bonus time! Now as a bonus to you guys for sticking all the way to the end, I'm going to give you a 4th technique to isolate your subject, and that's backlighting your subject. Now in this case, because it's extremely sunny outside, we're going to use the sun as our backlight. So we have Joa, looking fabulous. Now I'm going to show you a comparison of our subject blending into the background, not being backlit. Now when comparing the shot with her backlit and the shot of her not backlit, notice how much more she stands out from the background. In the shot where she's not backlit, her hair is blending into the background. Now remember, I use the sun to backlight my subject in this case, but any light source could actually be used to backlight your subject. So there you have it, 4 techniques you could start using today to help isolate your subjects when shooting both photos and videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.